Uh, Praise God, everyone, and welcome to this session. I hope mmekuwa mkiendelea vizuri. My name is Joyce Maio, and I serve as the Vice Secretary in bucuf and also serve under media team. Ningekaribisha nyote, but before that, let's begin with a word of prayer. Pray. Our dear and Heavenly Father, we come before you, God. We thank you for this opportunity, and even God, as we learn in the ministry that you have gifted us, we pray that you may expand our territories, God, and that whatever we are going to learn, we may put it into practice. And at the end, we'll give you all the glory and honor. For the trainers, we place them upon your hands that you may use them in your own way, and all the glory shall be unto you. I pray this, trust in Jesus' name, I pray and believe. Amen. So kwanza ningependa introduction from each and every one of us. We will start from the bucuf members. Yes, we'll start with Duke.
Praise God. Okay, my name is Duke Bet. I'm a member of media team. Thank you.
Thank you, Duke. Next we have Anne.
Praise God, everyone. My name is Njorogian. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Hazel. Okay, as Hazel tries, you can have Brian introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Mondi, a member of media team.
Thank you. I don't know whether Hazel has managed. Since we can, she's Hazel Amani. She's also one of our media team member in bucuf. We also have, we are honored to have our speakers within us. I will let them, okay, let me introduce them and then their time will also come as they continue the training. So our first trainer is Brother O.Desmond Odhiambo. He served as a STEM staff in Moisius, that is what I know. And then we have Brother Brian. He was a vice chairman in Moi Health, in the Moi Annex, from what I have. And then next we have Muchomba from Moi University Annex as well. So maybe we can let Muchomba introduce himself.
Okay, praise the Lord, everyone. Yeah, my name is Muchomba Daniel. Yeah, I'm from Mo University Annex Campus. And Joyce has said that I'm one of the speakers. I think, I think the speak. Okay, I think the speaker is only Brian, Erudite, and Desmond. I also joined to learn today. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Yes, he's part of us. So time is really gone, and we were scheduled to finish at 9. So I'll now let the first speaker in. That is Brother Brian. He will take us through. Then after 40 minutes, we'll have the second trainer. Then after that, we'll have question and answer session. Then finally, we'll have the closing remarks. So right now, allow me welcome Brother Desmond Odhiambo. Karibu Desmond.
Good evening, everyone. I believe we are doing well. I'm Desmond Odhiambo, was serving as a STEM staff for Moi Annex and Moi CHS, KMTC Eldoret, and the CBDCUs. And I bless the Lord for that opportunity. Yeah, so I believe we are expectant this evening. Sijasikia kama tumeomba. Joyce, advise me.
Yes, tuliomba ama nilikuwa nimemute.
Nilikuwa nalala.
Ni kama
Haya, sawa sawa. I can begin. I'll be sharing my screen. Few minutes, just a moment. Is it visible from your side?
yes, we can see. I can see.
Yeah, so today I'll be sharing much about using Microsoft Office Suite. I believe each and every one of us has in as much as we are using something of the sort, we have installed the Microsoft Office Suite in our laptops for use, and by that, there is a question there I'm asking, what is that in your hands? Yeah, and it's possible for us to use that which we have already. Yeah, I've previously used Microsoft Suite for designs. From the page, you can notice, let me just do some highlights there. Yeah, the green one is Microsoft Access. This blue one is Outlook. Then we are having PowerPoint, Access, and finally we have Word, Microsoft Word. There's also one which is not indicated here, which is Publisher, Microsoft Publisher. Yeah, so I've used 3 of them. That is Publisher, Word, and PowerPoint. But for today, just to move with speed, I'd like to cover one of them, which is Word, just from scratch. And something to have in mind while having our designs, identify the tools that you will be working with. In this case, we are using Microsoft Word. Then there is a part of logo. There's in as much as we are talking about designing, we have to be consistent with the colors. The colors have to go hand in hand with the logo. Yeah, so the logo will determine the colors that we'll be having. Yeah, so we are having most times it's advisable for you to have not more than 3 colors in your poster. Black and white are not considered as colors, they are universal. Black inamaanisha kuna no that is absence of color, and white inamaanisha presence of all colors. That's why they are not considered as colors. Yeah. So if at any given moment you decide to use any other color, hauta count black and white as a color. And a picture is not a color as well. So you can note that. Yeah, so I'll go directly to sharing a design here. We'll be designing from scratch, so you won't have to worry much. Just a moment. And from I believe you can see my screen. Yes, someone respond.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I'll be starting from a blank page. Yeah, hautakuwa na need ya kuworry sana. I'm recording this session as well, so if after this I'll be sending the recording for follow-up. Yeah, so I'm starting with a blank page. Yeah, tunaweza ona it's a blank page, hakuna kitu. Yeah, and I'm going to, for it to have a poster, ikwe na size ya poster, utaenda kwa layout. For this case it's portrait, nitaibadilisha iwe landscape, so nitaenda kwa layout, then orientation. I'll be quite fast for the sake of time. I'll adjust the size to, let me use the executive. Yeah, so by saa hii sasa I can work on this blank page, and kuna kitu nitahitaji if at all pengine I'll be using an example of Kibabii University Christian Union since I have its logo with me. Yeah, so for example kama ni a logo nataka kuweka in the poster, I'll first insert. I'll go to the insert option, a picture. I'll select from the device. Then I insert the logo. And kuna kitu hapa about wrapping the text. From acha nifanye at this point, if I try to move the logo, haita move, it will not be moving. So for me to allow it to move, ninaenda hapa kwa text wrap, then kuna option in front of text, then I select that option and fix position on a page, then I'll be able to adjust it and move it. So at this point naweza isongesha mahali popote nataka. We'll be using that option match. Yeah, so na adjust kidogo, and maybe at one point, in fact, Microsoft Word can also remove background. Sijui kama niko na, let me look for a picture yenye pengine iko na background, then I try to remove it for us to have a look at that. I'm having quite fixed pictures here. There's concrete. Let me use an example of this one. But hii itakuwa ngumu kutoa background since let us just do an example. For example, on this picture, if I want to remove background, then hapo kwa right corner, there is an option ya ku remove background. Then I'll be able to adjust. This is workable kwa, but it's quite hectic. It's quite hectic as well. Kutumia such a kuna time nakumbuka I was using this. I almost spent an hour to design a poster. Yeah, but it depends. So at this point you can remove background. Then when you keep changes, ina remove everything, but everything yenye ulikuwa umeselect ndio inabaki. Yeah, so I hope we are good there. For me to remove background ya hii logo, kuna site inaitwa remove.bg. Remove.bg. There is also another site yenye remove.bg at times huwa inaleta the image ikiwa blurred, and Adobe is quite useful in bringing out the images out clear, zikiwa clear kabisa. So kuna an online site inaitwa, maybe I can share the link later, yeah, for you to have a clear image. Yeah, so from here una insert word, that is word art. In the text that we'll be using. I'm reducing the font. For example, it's something about media training. Maybe tunaweza weka something of the sort. Word media. Nimecopy nikapaste, then natengeneza another word. Media training. I can modify this word iwe something ama ni so there's something we can note here, and I'll be moving with speed. Tuna change to font. Ni font tunajaribu kuchange.
Hello, Desmond. We can't get you.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I can use this device. Yeah, I'm at yeah, so what I've just done nimeweka hii separate so that naweza increase the font ikiwa peke yake then but yeah, naweza work pia ikiwa fixed but pia you can work on it ikiwa separate. I find it quite easy working on it ikiwa separate. Yeah, something of the sort. Then tuseme pengine I want to insert a picture for the same yenye itakuwa kwa background. Nimetafuta tu something yenye inakaa media ama maybe we can when kama ni kitu kama media training unaweza tafuta for example the poster ya leo niliona someone using a picture ya kitu kama a camera. Maybe we can use that as well. Actually, I'll be using it shortly. So hii nimeweka cover the whole page. Then there's something here we ought to note. Nita right click, then send it to back. Itume nyuma kabisa. And you'll notice kuna maneno haionekani sasa. What I'll do ni kuchange their color. Ziwe zinaonekana. Yeah. Something of this sort. Then kuna part ya hapa chini yenye we normally tunaweka something about one who wants to follow us on the social media anaweza follow through search. So you insert just a shape, kitu kama a rectangle, unaiweka mahali kama hapo, then unaipa rangi kama white. One thing I'm doing, I'm removing the outline so that isiwe na vitu mingi vya kuonyesha ama rangi zenye hazifai. Let me stretch it. Sawa sawa. Yeah, so pengine what I can do, I can share my whole screen so that nataka kuendea some logos so that niifanye mkiona. So allow me to stop sharing then share the whole window. Mnaona my screen ama bado haijatokea?
It's there.
Yeah, so naweza search pengine something like then I pick a logo, for example this one. I right click, then I save the image. Twitter logo, yes, I've saved. Then nitaenda kwa nitataka kuremove its background, so nitaenda kwa hiyo site remove bg, then I'll upload. You can drag nini yenye umesave yenye umedownload, then nikidrag ita remove the background. So it's done, then I download it again. So nikirudi kwa the Word document, I insert, then naenda kuchukua hiyo picha ya Twitter, downloads, yeah, iko mahali hapa, but because imeenda nyuma, I'll have to use this option yenye nilikuwa nimeshare hapo awali for it to appear, then I resize it. The same happens to all other
Am I the one not getting?
sorry, nilikuwa nimepotea kidogo. Facebook, I do the same. I upload the image, downloads. And from this part, tunaweza ona kuna hii part ya ndani imetolewa pia background. At any given moment, if you want to edit, you can make use of option ya erase some of the things, then you correct. So I erase and naweza kuja ni or naweza amua ni restore. I come and paint back mahali hiyo nini inafaa kuwa. I want sasa isi remove the background ya the F part, so ibaki kuwa solid. Yeah, then when I'm done I download it. Then I insert again.
Desmond, we can't see the screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen? Oh my. Can you see it now?
Yes.
So na remove background.
Yes.
And the location. For instance, at this point, you'll notice that background iko white. The background ya the poster iko black sana ama iko dark sana. So we try to adjust that ndio vitu vingine visipotelee. You'll notice kama hii part ya the icon ya location, it's black in color and hatutaki kuclash the colors. So you can opt, instead ya kuchagua black icon, you can opt to use a white icon kama hii. I'm trying to be a bit fast. Then what I'll do, nita change hapo nirudishe some of the things. Since nataka isitoe background tu, nataka iwache the white part so that it can be visible. And then I download it. Yeah, though hii ijatokea very clear. So for example, at this point, allow me to delete your background so that nataka kuinsert sasa picture yenye we can use for example kama ni media, natumia picture something, just type something about to type tu kitu kama media then search image, itakuletea images nyingi, then you try and search, unaangalia yenye pengine ama for creativity purposes when you hear something about media, what comes into mind? And for example naweza tumia ile something about camera. Natafuta tu an image ya camera. For example, let me use this one. I save the image. Yeah, we can use that. Tunaweza tumia hii kama as part of the background. Then this one, hii tunaweza itumia. Then sasa hii tunaweza remove its background. Another option, unaweza instead ya kuupload, you can just drag it. I'm inserting both pictures. Let me do it one by one. Then for at times for you, kama unataka ku make hiyo picha ipotee huko nyuma kidogo, isiwe shouting, you can use nimetumia tu hii ni ya rectangle, ni ya shape, nimeinsert a shape, nafunika hiyo image, then kuna magic kidogo nataka kufanya hapo, so be keen. Nataka inletee some of the options hapa kando, so nimefinya iniletee more options so that I can choose from the options available. Then I'm trying to make it transparent, ndio vitu vingine visiwe vinaonekana sana, especially the picture part. Yeah, so I believe mpaka hapo tunaendelea sawa sawa. Let me not save it first. Then kuna that other picture. So now that we've been able to design it, how can we make it a picture ama iwe sasa something that can be distributed? So this is the part yenye I'll be showing us. Kuna part we can do it in various ways. For example, tunaweza enlarge hapa, then there is a tool kwa that is Windows, inaitwa snipping tool. Snipping tool, maybe I can search it. Naenda tu kwa Windows, then search snipping tool. Bit. Here it is. Yeah, so inatupatia shortcut hapo. At one point, if we would like to use it, tunaweza press to Windows key, Shift, then S. Alafu inaapia. So Windows key, Shift, S. Then there it is. Then sasa na select the portion ninataka iapia kama poster, then naachilia, so it's ina copy kwa clipboard, and unaenda kwa paints. Kwa paint hii ndio itatusaidia tu export kama image. So that tuko paints, acha nifungue ikiwa whole, just control unafanya control V, that is control paste, you paste. Nikipaste na select outside the box, then I can be able to adjust iwe something of this sort, then I can let me adjust it once more. Yeah, so nikiwa na something of this sort, I save it. Niseme post, then let me have it under my downloads, or rather under this flash. So it may save as in PNG format. So nikisema I want to access it, I just move to the drive and have it, and it's there with me. Yeah, and I have a poster. Yeah, so ni kutumia Word, but using Publisher. Publisher is quite easy now that it has an option ya convert to image, so it's quite easy to use Publisher. So the procedure, it depends pia, it varies on the office suite you are using. So for example, hapa kwa Publisher, when you save as, huwa inakupea option, so you can save it as in JPEG ama sijui kama kuna kingine, kuna PNG. Yeah, so that's the difference. Word haina the part ya allow share, yani you convert it to an image, but a Publisher will enable you to do that. Yeah, so I believe we are done. I'll be taking questions later after the second presenter is through. Yeah, so thank you. Mungu awabariki sana. Back to you.
Wamesema
Okay.
wataendelea after. Wow, thank you very much, Desmond. I've learned a lot from my side and having a lot of questions as well. I believe my fellows have also learned. I'm not seeing Brian. I don't know whether he has just left. He's coming back ama anarudi. But meanwhile, for me, I didn't know Microsoft Word can do such amazing thing. In fact, mtu angeza tamani sana. So maybe before Brian comes in, we can have some comments from us. Karibuni.
Praise God. I wanted to inquire if it was being recorded.
Thank you. I was following keenly. I thank Brother Desmond for the good job. And I was also curious on how Microsoft Word inaweza unda aje poster. Indeed, nimeona. It is my first time to see. Sijaiunda nayo. But nimeona inaweza. So on my question is, hapo wakati ulikuwa unatumia the font, my concern is about the font. Number one, are there some font styles which we should not use, or are there those ones which are best suited for a poster? And there are also some fonts which are, when you see in Microsoft Word, ISO colored fonts. Are they also in Microsoft Word? Yeah, maybe you can answer that.
Thank you for that, Brian. Maybe just respond on that quickly. Fonts normally differ, and most probably when designing a poster, hakikisha usitumie fonts nyingi sana, just like the colors. Avoid using more than 3 fonts. Maintain at maximum, if utabadilisha sana, play with the 3. The main thing ni iwe visible and quite artistic, by the virtue ya kwamba I had used, kuna yenye nimetumia imeindent kidogo, hiyo nilikuwa naitumia so that at least ukiangalia poster iwe appealing. Yeah, si ati iwe tu upright imesimama tu, and mtu if at all wewe mwenyewe ukiangalia hiyo poster after umeitengeneza na haikufurahishi, redo it. That's what I normally do. If at one point I do a poster na haijanifurahisha, I can't share it. I normally just redo it. So font, they vary. For example, the one I was using kwa Word I normally use mainly two types of fonts. Kuna moja inaitwa for example hizi zimelala inaitwa Lucida Calligraphy. Then kuna yenye inaitwa Monotype Concertiva. I normally use those ones kama ni pengine nataka zile nye maneno iwe slanting. I normally use those two. Yeah, but you can use any other, bora iwe artistic ama appealing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Desmond. We still have some questions, but due to time, allow us. I'm sorry for that. Allow us to usher in the next speaker, that is Brother Brian, so that we can compile the questions.
Good evening, guys. I hope you are all well. My name is Brian Erudate Okoth. I'm a student at Mo University, an ex-campus, and I'm a media enthusiast. So the course I'm studying has no relationship whatsoever with graphic and design or web design and such, but then I'm just an enthusiast. I love anything that relates with technology. Yeah, and I'd call myself a self-made graphic designer. I developed passion for graphic design in first year immediately when I joined because I saw that there was a niche. I had a friend who was vying for a particular political seat, and then he needed someone to make a poster. So that actually prompted me to develop an interest rather in graphic design. And I can remember the first poster I made. I used an application known as Pixel Lab. I don't know if we've ever heard of it, but then that was the first application I ever used. I didn't have a laptop, I just used my phone, and it was something very, very awful. And then I was later introduced to something known as Poster My Wall, which will be centering in. And from thereafter, I believe after using Poster My Wall, you can use all other softwares. Now you can use your laptop comfortably with Adobe Suite. Adobe Suite actually comprises of very sophisticated softwares. That is the likes of Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, among others. So yeah, so we'll try and delve a little bit on Poster My Wall. I hope I'll be able to log in with my phone, and I hope we'll still be able to access it. But in case you are not able to, I'll still log in with my laptop. Yeah, so that's basically it. Unless there's any question up to there. Are we okay? So I proceed to log on to Poster My Wall. Okay, thank you so much, Joyce. Yeah, so let us just swiftly move to the same. So let me share with you the link to Poster My Wall, or you can equally just simply search Poster My Wall, and then you'll be able to access the site. And also, you can actually be prompted to download the app, but I prefer using the website, though the app is a little bit stable. But then over the years, I've just preferred using the website because I don't really see the need of downloading the app. But then, if maybe you'd be a frequent user, I'd also suggest that you download the Poster My Wall app. I believe it doesn't consume a lot of space. Yeah, so here is the link. I'm sharing it as a message. Yeah, so you can just log onto the link, and then you might be prompted to create an account. You can go ahead and do that, but equally you can just log in as a starter. But now that I have an account, you can just log in. Either you can prompt to create an account, or you can create an account later. You don't have to create it for you to start. So Poster My Wall, the beauty of Poster My Wall is that it has several templates, and like Desmond was sharing earlier, you can also equally start from scratch. It gives you a working space that you can actually develop yourself as a graphic designer, whether you are a novice or you are an expert in the field. Yeah, so it also, I call it my quick fix when I can't really work on Photoshop or Illustrator or in design. I usually just go to Poster My Wall because I believe I'll get a template which I can be able to edit. So what I mean by a template, like you see what Desmond has already designed. So basically, Poster My Wall gives designers an opportunity to upload rather to upload their editable templates on Poster My Wall. Like, let's say if Desmond had subscribed as a designer in Poster My Wall, he could have simply uploaded the design, and then any other designer can then access it and edit it and change the details for quicker use. Yeah, so I believe most Christian unions actually usually use Poster My Wall or Canva. So once you've learned Poster My Wall, then Canva should be a walk in the park for you and other subsequent softwares and websites and applications. So I is there anyone who has logged in using the link?
Yes.
Okay, what has it displayed? Okay, so I hope we are still following. So let me just go ahead and share my screen. Are we following? Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, okay, thank you. So when you log on to Poster My Wall, now that I've actually created several designs using Poster My Wall. So this is how it will look like, but I'm sure yours doesn't look like this. Possibly it looks something like this. Let me just let it just load. Yeah, I believe it looks something like this. I don't know, but I believe. Is it? Does it look like something like this, what I'm displaying?
Yes.
Yeah, so once you come, I don't want us to use to start from scratch because it might be a little bit hectic on the first time. So I'll simply go onto a template that I've used before, and then maybe you could also follow up on the same. So you can simply, let's say I want to design a poster for the church. So I'll just come and search church. You can actually be following on from your end so that you can quickly. So when I search for church, then there are several designs that will be displayed. So from all these, this one is unfiltered. When like you can see this arrow, it is unfiltered. But then because Poster My Wall offers you both video sample posters and also it offers you pictures. So today I want us just to measure on the picture. So once it filters that, then that leaves me with like these ones. So as you can see, so you can pick a design that impresses you. So like for me, let me say I'll opt for mhm. Let me say I'll opt for this one. Which one is more appealing? Let me use this one. So once it displays something like this, then what you'll simply do is edit design. Yeah, actually, it even shares with you some quotes to encourage you in this journey of graphic and design, because at times it isn't easy. You can actually get frustrated in the process. So this is how your working space looks like. So let me just briefly introduce you to the same. On your far left, you can see the file bit. You can just click it. When you click it, it shows you new, duplicate, open, save, download, publish, collaborate, submit as a template, setting, English, and need help. So on the new bit, that is when I want to create a new file. But then when I click the new, then this one I'm using on will be displaced, and we don't really want to do that. To duplicate is to simply like a bit of to repeat or to copy. Open, maybe there's a template I want to open, but rarely will you use it, so don't worry about it. To save is to simply save a design. Like let's say I want to save this one, I'll simply click it and then it will save this design. And it's usually advisable, especially when you're using a device that is not as stable or that keeps on buffering, that you after you've done any adjustment, you save it, because at times you might think you've actually saved your design only to end up to realize that you have not saved it, and then either something happens to your phone and then you'll have to start from scratch again. To download is to simply, once you've saved your design and you're contented with the same, then you go ahead and save it. So just like most softwares, you find that there are actually tiers to the available templates. There's the basic design, which is free, and then the other quality designs that requires you to pay. So most of the time you'll end up using the basic one, unless uko na pesa, by the way, umekubaliwa pia ku purchase to promote them also. Yeah, kama unaweza kakuwa na pesa, ama kama your CU can invest on the same, so that you can get a higher quality. But even this one that is basic is also of a high quality. I think we are just okay with those. They are the most important ones: the download bit and the save bit. And also, when you look now on the second, still on your far left, you find there's an add button. So here, like Desmond said earlier, is bit of insert. So instead of having an insert, you have an add button where you can actually add a photo. So let's say I want to add a photo. We'll subsequently see how we'll use them. You can add elements. It has its on its the app itself has elements like shapes, clip art, sticker, QR code, text, media, and all those. We'll use them in as you proceed. And then also when you want to add text, when you want to add media, the beauty of Poster My Wall is that you can actually even create some bit of a video, you can change a background. It gives you a very, very, very beautiful working space. So this one is for premium account. So for premium users. Now that I'm not as premium user, that is why he's telling me I'm supposed to pay $9.95, almost almost 1,000 shillings. So when you can opt to upgrade, but then because I don't have money and I'm still a student who usually struggles to take 3 meals a day like any other comrade, yeah, so I can't afford to give them my 1,000 shillings. That is enough to buy, at least now that we have a new government, hopefully the unga will reduce as they promised. Anyhow, aside, so another thing is the save bit. This one is for save, but now because I had saved from this side, now it can't appear here because I've already saved the design unless I make any other adjustment. So straight away, oh, these are the one. This one is to return this icon here that I've pressed. So it gives you, you can either go forward or go backward. I hope you can see. Can we see?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so this one is going forward, this one goes back, will be equally using them. This one you won't really use it, but okay, it's bit of adjusting, but then you can, now that you use on a phone, you actually use, you can use you can adjust with because it's a touch screen, then you won't really use it as much. But yes, also when you have a laptop, when you're using a laptop, you can actually still equally use a mouse. So the reason why I opted to use my phone is to show you that actually your phone is very powerful, that you don't really need to say that I'll start venturing on graphic design ministry when I have a laptop. I began using my phone, and that is why even up to now I can still comfortably use my phone. And then this one is for zooming in and zooming out. So not really much. Let's say I want to zoom in like that, but rarely will you use it. So you can comfortably use the default one given there. And then here is where actually you also have a myriad of things that you can use to manipulate the poster or to adjust it. Like it gives us a lot of things. We are not using any animation. You don't want to change it. It shows us the background, as you can see here, the gray bit. That is our solid color, which you're using as a background. So you can change your background into a gradient. Let me just sample. Let's say I want to use that. As you can see, it has changed. Or let me just go back. Sorry about that. So as you can see, I want to change the background into a gradient. Let me just go back. As I told you, we'll be using these ones frequently. This one now has refused. It has already selected itself. But don't worry, you can still go ahead and... So as you can see, the background here, it's again a solid color because I went back. But then let's say I have opted for a given, for another background. I can either use, like you see here, can manipulate the gradient. Let's say I want to use red and black, something like that. As you can see, it has changed. But let me just use the default one that was there before. Actually, really, okay, if you want a quick fix, you at times won't really need to adjust the background unless you have a very beautiful one. Like let me show you that you can even mhm. Let me just show you in a few. That wasn't my first color. There are actually those default colors here, but I think we can still use it to save on time. But again, you can Let me first start playing with its opacity so that it will allow us to see that image that we had inserted earlier. Yeah, let me use 50 and then see something like that. You can opt to use something like that, or you can equally still go back and increase. You can just keep playing with opacity until it gives you your desired outlook. So let's say for me, I'm comfortable with it at around 85, so that our text also are visible enough. So you can actually go and type there. I hope I'm still there because someone called, so I'm not sure whether I'm still there. Am I? Can you guys
Yes.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So as you've seen, I'm comfortable with that. um I'm comfortable with the opacity bit, so I just want, like, now you can see bit of it's like we have two backgrounds. I have the image background and then I have my rectangle that I inserted that gives me a better outlook. So here you can change now, like now you see when once I've clicked, you can see it shows me to replace. So I want to replace here now that I belong to Moi University Annex Campus Christian Union. Let me just replace with the available logo that I have that belongs to Moi University, Annex Campus Christian Union. So now that you can actually, when you want to upload or to replace, it takes you to your pictures, stock images, Facebook photos, or Google Drive photos, or if you are using Dropbox, it takes you there. So, like for me, there are several images that I've used before. Like this one is for AIC, this is for Simba Energy and such. And then it also gives me some images that I've used previously for people. But let's say you've not, like for you guys, if you've never used, you'll click here to upload. So in uploading, it shows you a myriad of pictures and you can actually browse. So let's say it's GB WhatsApp or wherever, you can go there. But then now that I already have my images set, I can simply, I don't want to use those, or let me say I'd use this one now that it's also a logo. It uploads, it takes a while, but then eventually it will upload. So let me say you can actually choose to crop depending on the size of the image or not to crop. So because our image was quite small, so also this one will appear the same size like the one was. But okay, that was just to illustrate. I just want to use the Mwaku logo, how you can actually upload it. So I'll go back. I hope you've noticed that I can toggle between the two. They're going forward, just like in Word, and coming backward. So bit of this is the logo that I want to toggle with to replace. So I'll go to the already existing image that I used before of Moi University Annex Campus Christian Union. So here it is. And then I'll just click this arrow here. As you can see, it shows me either to crop it, but I don't want to crop it. At times it's not advisable, now that you've not seen it on how it looks, it's not advisable to go ahead and adjust it. So here is the Moi University Annex Campus logo. It might not be the most beautiful one or the most visible one in our case for now, but because it's the one that I have, let's just use it. So I'll replace it that way. Yeah, and then I'll come here and write. Now here in text, I also equally advise that you just maintain the fonts that have been used on the poster, because it's usually someone, rarely do they use a lot of fonts. I like Desmond alluded earlier that as a graphic designer, one thing, usikuwa unatumia fonts mingi, maximum watu tunasema tatu, na kama hata ni possible unaweza tumia font family, but font family ni ngumu pate kwa applications kama hizi. But when you start using things like Adobe Photoshop, you'll get that there are font families. For example, what I mean by a font family ni kama unapata kama, let's say this font, let's just see which font it is. Here it is acknowledgement. So you find in this acknowledgement, there's acknowledgement bold, there's acknowledgement normal, there's acknowledgement italicized and all that. So that is what people usually advise, that you actually use the font family. But again, you can also use just two types of fonts. Like here, they've used acknowledgement. So we'll just go ahead and say Moi University, you want to edit it. So once you click to edit, it automatically selects itself, and then you can go to this other working space by clicking here, this arrow here that I've clicked, and then you can now change the text. That is why, as I said, it's a template, so you can quickly edit. So let me say Moi University Annex Campus, Christian Union. Let me say, yeah, let me just use it that way. And then here it also, like as you can see, just like a word, you can equally just stretch it and then it will place itself. So like let's say I want to use it that way. And then again, alignment, the alignment you can change. Like I don't really want to use that form of alignment. I prefer using this middle style here. I prefer it that way. So as you can see, now you have Moi University, and then I can align it that way. Moi University, Annex Campus, Christian Union. And then the beauty again of Poster My Wall is that it has guides. Like as you can see, once I move it, it tries to places it at the middle, even without me struggling. Once I move it, like you see, let's say I move it this way, you see there are still guides here. But then when I want to place it on the middle, you find there's bit of a guide that is leading me and telling me that you are there at the middle. Yeah, are we still following?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes, is it clear? Are we okay up to there?
I'm okay.
Okay. So again, now we'll start. Let me go ahead and use. As I told you, you can add here. So I want to add the text present. I added a rectangle by pressing the element bit. So to add a text, I'll click here, add. Let me just go back, add, and then add text. So I'll add, let me say, because it's a plain text, I'll come and add there, and then it will just bring me add your text here, and then it has already selected itself. I'll toggle with this bar here on your far right bottom. So it already has indicated add here. So I want to add present.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Your sharing is not moving again. The presentation.
Yeah. Yes.
The presentation.
Yeah. Is not
I saw
displaying.
it and I saw it and
Okay. Let me see. Still you can't. Okay. I've logged back to Google Meet. You still can't see. There is no change. Hello guys, somebody to tell me if you can see my screen though I've logged back to Google Meet.
I can see the screen.